you may not realize this is what you're doing, right? But being hyperly independent or just being very self-sustainable it's an amazing thing. It's beautiful. It's necessary. Um, it's self-preservation at its finest. You know, you can't really go back and forth about that. But when you learn that level of independence, especially if you didn't have it at one point in your life, if you were at a point in your life where you used to not be independent, maybe you were very codependent, or maybe you just didn't have certain life skills in order to make sure that you were able to live and fend for yourself, right? Once you learn that level of independence, be careful that skill doesn't become your cage. Different types of womanhood, there's different types of stages, and there's different types of um, actualization as a woman, you know, that we go through just being women. But this right here is something, I'm not gonna say a lot of women go through it, but you know, I feel like enough women go through it to where I should like speak up about it. And what that is being independent, being able to take care of everything on your own is beautiful. And I think it's a skill that you should have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just drop the skill, keep the skill, but also learn the balance of that, of being able to receive. Because what you're doing is you're learning how to be a provider for yourself, which is an amazing skill, especially if you are tied into different deities or orishas or energies that you work with, or if you're a dark feminine, or if you work with Oya, if you're Omo Oya. These are things that you need to know how to do this. Like, you will be forced into learning to be independent, and everyone's not going to understand that. However, there's a flip side to that. As a woman, you still, if you want a certain lifestyle and you want to be able to live a certain way and you want to have certain things in your life, you still have to learn how to receive. And so what that means is, it doesn't matter how independent you are, you still, the more independent you become, the harder it can be to be able to receive and to accept love, protection, um, someone to provide for you. And it's not that you don't want it, it's just that you don't want to have to worry about losing it once you have it. And this can come from childhood trauma, this can come from abandonment issues, this can come from simply just being self sustainable and looking at life that way. But when life is showing you and life is giving you lemons, as cheesy as that sounds, but when life is giving you something to work with and life is telling you, hey, you deserve to have a village around you, you deserve to have protection around you, you deserve to have someone provide for you, you are independent and you have someone who is trying to give, it doesn't take away from your independence. And I think more women need to hear that. I think more women need to know there are people out there that want to be a part of your life and they want to give. They don't always need something. You don't always, like, you're the strong friend, but you don't always have to be strong with certain people in your life that are supposed to be there. There are certain people in your life who are there because they want you to lean on them. And I think as independent women, it can be really hard to see that sometimes. Not because you don't see that they're capable of it, but because you feel like it's not necessary because you don't really need it. Which is true. You don't need shit. You don't need nobody to do nothing for you. However, there's a certain level of unlocking a different version of yourself that deals with vulnerability that's so important as you grow older, that only comes from allowing others to be there. And you don't want your independence to become the cage. You know, you've worked so hard on building that skill of being self-sustainable, but then it's like, good, you mastered that, but it doesn't mean someone's trying to take it away. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain level, and I want to speak to like Omo Oyas, like children of Oya, people who work with the energy of Oya. If you don't know what that is, that's a whole nother video. But my spirit is telling me to speak on this, and it's something about that warrior spirit, right? And it's something about the acknowledgement of your counterpart, knowing that that person is a king, knowing that you have someone there, but still feeling like I have to do it on my own. And that, to me, it's a beautiful thing, because if anything hits the fan, you're gonna take care of it. But at the same time, there's a certain level of softness that also comes with um, womanhood that you deserve to have as well. And I hate I don't want to say the word like soft life and all that stuff, but it's true, y'all. It's true. Even dealing with Oya, and I'm using that for an example. There's different versions of Oya. You know what I'm saying? So there's the one who's going into war before before Shango, and then there's another one that is the mother of nine and focuses in on that understanding of nurturing self and others. And it's still, oh yeah, it's still warrior spirited. It's still connecting the dots with ancestors and people who've passed on, and the esoteric understandings of life and death, and bringing life in, and also having that last breath before you go. All of that is wrapped into the energy of that, of Oya. And I'm speaking to the women who possess that within them. There's a certain level that you're missing if you don't allow yourself to allow those who are close enough to you, who have gotten close enough, because you know it's hard. If you've allowed certain people to be close enough to you and they want to be there for you, let them be there. Let them be there. Everything's not always a test. Let them be there. Sometimes we miss our opportunities for Ajay just because we're afraid to experience it. Sometimes we miss our opportunity of Ajay because we're afraid to experience it, because it's different, it's new, for some of us we feel like it's unnecessary. Why do I need this person to help me out? I'll give you a story. I remember when I first, like, really started first dating my partner. I remember him asking me, like, he would always ask me, what can I do to help? What do you want me to do? Baby, what do you want? What do you want? And I would always be like, I don't want nothing, or there's nothing you can do. And I would say it with so much confidence, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, it is what it is. And I remember one day he stopped me. He was like, why do you do that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just saying, like, there's nothing you need to do. Like, I got it. And he's like, I know you got it, but you don't have to have it on your own. Like, let me take care of some stuff. I remember asking, like, why should, like, I really, like, in my head, it did not register, guys. Like, because I worked so hard on not needing anyone, right? And so I forgot how to just accept. And I'm talking about anything I want, guys, like anything. And I would just be like, I don't need anything. Like, just with the stank face, like, I don't need anything, you know? And I remember him being like, let me explain something to you. First of all, anything you want in this world, I will make sure you have it, because that's what I like. That's how I like to be for you. That's how I want to be for you. That's one. Two, he said, imagine if I'm coming to give you a hug. Imagine if you're coming to give me a hug and I go like, I don't want that. I don't need that. He said, that's how I feel when you, he said, that's how I feel whenever I say, what do you need from me? What do you want from me? What can I do for you? And you say nothing. He's like, you're pushing away my love. And I said, because it's as simple as that is, right? Sometimes you have to have people who are patient enough to break down that wall. And you don't even know the wall is there. And it's funny now, right? Because I'm still learning to, like, be okay with the help, or the just being okay with someone wanting to just do and have, and it's crazy, it's insane. But this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, you have to be able to accept, not because you need it, but because you deserve it. There's so many, like, the independent women out there. There's so many women who have gone above and beyond for other people or for themselves. You've gotten yourself out of so many situations that most people would have quit on, would have literally walked away from, or just let themselves stay in it, suffer. You chose not to have that as your portion. And then whenever you actually get out of that and it's your time to reap the benefits that you prayed so hard for, you can't even accept it. Ugh. I pray that you stop with that mindset. I pray that you push through that. I pray that someone has the patience to show you you don't have to be that way. And let me help you understand something. That skill you have will never go away. Never. And so when it's time for you to do your part, let's say someone else is lacking around you and they need you to be there, you got it. But let's just be honest. If you're blessed and you have a certain ashe and you have ajay, baby, you don't need to have it all the time. You need exactly what you have right now. And you want to get better as a person, but you don't need it all the time. You have someone who's there to support you, whether it's a person, a village, a mindset, a philosophy. You know, there's so many ways that wealth and abundance and security and emotional growth comes about. It's not always just you. You need support, not because you're weak, but because you deserve it. Accept it. Accept it. Accept it. Okay? All right, y'all. So that's the message I needed to get off my spirits. It's out. So I hope that I really hope that it helps you to see your destiny helpers, the love around you, the support that you have, the happiness that is waiting for you. Ajay, Ajay. I hope that it helps you to see how Ajay may be working in your life right now. How transformation could be happening right now in your life. Abundance, wealth, so many things, guys. That's just waiting for you to just unlock it. Security. Be open to receiving your blessings. Do not lose your blessings because of your pride and your stubbornness. Okay?